The NorthCap University, Gurugram, is a premier private university located in Delhi, NCR. We are striving hard to fight corona and are taking stringent and effective measures to reduce its transmission, as thousands of young students would be visiting us soon. We are ready to resume life at the campus afresh with adequate and high-quality measures got together by our dedicated team of COVID marshals, housekeeping staff, on-board doctors and able administration. At the university's main gate, a 3-step procedure is followed. The security guards at the entrance check the body temperature of everyone entering the campus using contactless infrared thermometers. Entry is provided only to asymptomatic persons having normal body temperature on providing a COVID-free certification through the government-authorized Arogya Setu app. There is strictly no entry for people without wearing a mask and having high body temperature. On fulfilling the first two requirements, a person is then made to pass through a walk-through automated sanitization tunnel. It is operated with personal movement sensors that spray disinfectants on the person entering the tunnel from head to toe. The university has taken several other stringent measures to minimize the spread of the virus by ensuring that sanitizers are kept throughout the campus. Centralized air conditioning has been discontinued, and the usage of elevators has also been strictly prohibited. The university has decided to replace the regular biometric mechanism of recording attendance with manual marking and reduced the class size to 25. The seating arrangement mapped out would allow a minimum of 6 feet distance between each student in a classroom. Relaxation of attendance shall also be provided to COVID-affected or quarantined students. Fumigation of all classrooms would be done on regular basis. The labs would also accommodate a maximum of 10 participants only. After each batch of 10 students finishes their lab work, all the used equipment would be thoroughly sanitized and made ready for use again. The university's state-of-art design center, where students can walk in and experience the world of data science, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, full-stack development, augmented reality, and virtual reality, is also thoroughly sanitized multiple times every day. All books in the library, bookshelves, and tabletops are sanitized multiple times a day. The spacious reading area allows enough physical distancing. We strongly believe that the transmission of this virus could be brought down effectively to almost zero through rigorous planning, effective sanitation, hygiene practices, and physical distancing. Our housekeeping staff members are our special COVID warriors who are working consistently to provide a safe environment for all. They wear appropriate disposable gloves, hair cap, and a triple-layer mask and sanitize themselves properly before commencing work. Deep cleaning and proper sanitization is done in all indoor areas such as entrance lobbies, corridors, office rooms, restrooms, and water points. Frequent touch points like door handles are also regularly cleaned and disinfected with EPA-registered disinfectants. The products used ensure 99.96% protection of the surfaces for an extended period of 90 days. All the water points have been given special attention and they are replaced with new sensor taps that don't require human contact. A cafeteria is one place that would soon be visited by returning students and staff. Meal timings for students and staff would be staggered, thereby minimizing the number of people dining inside at one time. It would allow maintaining the intended 6 feet gap. Sanitizing tables and chairs would be promptly ensured after every use, would also be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected at regular intervals. Our special team carefully monitors the process of sanitization through CCTV cameras installed throughout the campus. We are confident that with our special campus task force of COVID marshals would always be vigilant in order to create and maintain a safe campus for all. The university has a well-equipped medical room with a team of 2 senior consultant physicians, 1 allopath and 1 homeopath, available for all students and staff. The physicians encourage us to follow the practice of prevention, precaution, and follow-up. We don't have to win the war against COVID as much as we need to learn to make peace with its existence. It might help to remember what Leo Tolstoy wrote. The strongest of all warriors are these two, time and patience.
Welcome viewers. Today I would like to say good evening to everyone. Today we have with us the esteemed faculty of the NorthCap University on this session of Next Milestone, Transformation from School to University, which is being hosted by Collegedunia. We have been joined by the faculty as well as the members of the esteemed University of NorthCap University. I'll just give a brief introduction of them, and from there on they can take it forward. Meanwhile you guys can chip in with your doubts, and I'll make sure that most of them are incorporated by the panelists, and you guys can feel free to join in anytime. First of all, we have with us Dr. Akshat Aditya Rao. He is the marketing faculty at NorthCap University with 11 years of experience in corporate academia. He is one of the few members who holds great depth of such a subjects, and we thank you, sir, for your esteemed presence. Secondly, we have with us Dr. Preeti Chawla, who is the faculty of finance at NorthCap University. We have with us Dr. Poonam Arora. She is the faculty of HR. And we have with us Puneet Khanduja, who calls himself a marketer. He is a passionate individual with core emphasis on delivering values and takes responsibilities for whatever he has committed for. He's skilled in sales and marketing with strong values of business development and is a strong, thorough professional with Masters of Business Administration. Lastly, we have with us Ina Chuk. She is the Manager of Human Resource, Bureau Veritas. She is an accomplished strategic human resource professional with 13 years of valuable experience in employee relationships and engagement, acquisition, performance management, and systems. She has great experience of working with coherent HR tools whilst improving the internal processes and procedures within a demanding, pressurized, and multicultural work environment. I welcome you all. I would like to introduce everyone, and I would like to start off the session with Dr. Akshat Aditya Rao. Kindly take it forward, sir. Dr. Akshat? Dr. Akshat, can you hear me? Dr. Akshat? Dr. Akshat, I think we just lost him, so we'll try and get back. Dr. Preeti Chawla, meanwhile, can you just take over? Dr. Preeti?
Welcome. On behalf of the NorthCap University, Gurgaon, being the faculty of School of Management, I am just serving the college from the last 3 years, and I'm working here in a very enjoyable manner because everything, every facility, every amenity, every facility the university is giving to us, all the things are really, really good because, technology enabled campus. We have all made the curriculums, contemporary curriculums. We are, offering so many live projects to our students. And with that, we are going to give the exposure to each and every student on the relevant softwares. And we have a, vibrant, lush green campus providing, the several clubs and societies facilities to our students also. So I would like to welcome all on the board today, and we all are going to give our experiences on the different career options, as well as we are going to tell us that which career option is going to help you after BCom honors, after having BBA in general, and then we can talk about the BBA in business analytics and the digital marketing. And definitely Puneet is there. We have Mr. Puneet with us, and he is going to share his own experience. and so much experienced. Again, Mrs. Hina Chug is there, and she is going to again share the experiences. So that means here we are the faculties to help you out, that however you are coming from class 12th, how we are going to take you from class 12 to university, and the people from the from the corporate, they are going to take you from university to the corporate. So should we start? That's it. I would like to call Dr. Akshat to start with the session. Akshat, are you there? Okay. So Poonam, would you like to start with BBA General?
Ma'am, I would like to start with BBA, new courses in BBA. So, like with changing times and business dimensions are changing, situations are coming. So these changes are there in every business domain. So this time NCU has decided to come up with two new specializations in BBA. So that is BBA Digital Marketing and BBA in Business Analytics. Now, a brief about digital marketing, that digital marketing sometime was another dimension of marketing, if we talk about some time back, but the kind of traction and avenues it has opened in the market arena, these are going up as we speak. So this particular course in digital marketing, it offers students where they can tap the entire potential that digital marketing offers. So some of the key highlights I'm going to share about our digital marketing course. Okay, so this particular course, this will help students where they can understand the technology-driven business and have an understanding about how global business is run with the help of digital marketing. This particular course will make them aware about what are the relevant technologies, and this will provide a deep insight into where these particular tools, digital marketing tools, could be applied so that every organization is able to achieve their business goals. So our curriculum basically is specifically focused on industry, where special emphasis we are giving on employability skills, that how we can make our students employable. So these particular kind of skills and technologies we will make them learn in this particular course. They can upskill themselves. They'll have the they can convert themselves or transform themselves into greater employment opportunities after this particular course. So this particular course will help them where they can learn these digital marketing tools, the kind of exposures, how branding is done, and how different businesses run with so much of impact. Like, for example, social media is there, Facebook, internet, Instagram, Twitter, and so many other platforms are there. So how we can use digital marketing so that our marketing goals are achieved. The kind of facilities that NCU offers to students is like having more practical exposure as apart from the theoretical content that they study. So there are a lot of industrial visits and internship opportunities that we provide to our students. They can have entrepreneurial skills where we can have incubation center, and VC Innovation Fund is there where we promote students who are having those kind of abilities, and they can start up their own business. They can have the seed money from our VC Innovation Fund. So these kind of experimental opportunities are providing to the students, and plus greater emphasis are also given on developing their communication skills and having a holistic personality development. So this particular course doesn't talk about what skills and competencies they will learn just as a BBA graduate. Rather, they'll be a professional where they will be learning all those digital marketing skills and insights which are required to run a business. So this was about digital marketing. Now coming on to the next course that we have introduced is business analytics, BBA in business analytics. So analytics, as we all know, this is the buzzword in the market that it cuts through all the product stages. If we talk about introduction, where we introduce a product, or the growth of a product, or maybe where the product attains a maturity stage. So at every product life cycle stage, business analytics is there. And if businesses, organizations, if they are able to differentiate themselves, they can attain competitive advantage with the help of these analytical tools, where all their decision making could be data driven. And this particular business analytics, it is intended to target the immense possibilities that are offered with real-time use cases. So we can talk about like some of the key highlights that NCU offers in business analytics. So by going through this course, the students they are able to apply those analytical tools and methods where they can address the management and business challenges. So multidisciplinary knowledge of functional areas which are related to different analytical fields, which provide an integrative solution to different and complex management problems could be done there. Live project are there, assignments are there, a lot of practical exercises are there. So this particular exposure makes student aware about like what is going actually in the practical world. So rather than just the theoretical knowledge which is limited to only books, so more and more emphasis are given on practical exposure to the students, what kind of skills they can learn through this particular course. So by this particular course they'll have they can develop analytical, logical, and critical thinking methods, different techniques while solving different business problems. So this particular understanding of analytics, it particular help the students where they can understand that how modern businesses run. They can understand what is the global context, how businesses are done. So this particular kind of exposure will be given in this particular course, and of course there will be a lot of emphasis on industrial visits, guest lectures, where industry interaction will be there, internship opportunities will be provided to the students, and they can enhance their entrepreneurial skills with, as I mentioned earlier, like VC Innovation Fund is there, and we have incubation center where students can experiment, they can have their own startups. So this particular kind of facilities are being provided in NCU. Plus there is holistic development, lot of activities, clubs are there where they can they can build as they can groom their personality. There could be a holistic development of the students. So these are all about 2 new specializations that we are launching first time in NCU. I think Akshat sir is here. Akshat sir, can you please continue with BBA General? Akshat sir? Okay. So coming to our BBA Journal program, this particular management program we are running in NCU. It provides basic competitive skills and competencies which are required to be a successful manager, where they can understand all dynamic business situations and competencies which are required to be budding managers. So students, they can learn about different entrepreneurial skills, the quantitative reasoning, for example, what are different global management challenges and issues, how they can plan their finances, and business modeling can be done, communication skills are there. So this particular program provides a platform where students, they can enhance, they can build those managerial skills which are required in our today's dynamic world. So this particular program, it offers specialization in 3 domains: marketing, finance, and human resources. And coming to the course highlights of this particular program, BBA in general, it basically provides a deep understanding of businesses, that how businesses are run, what our modern businesses look like, how the environment is impacting the business decisions, what kind of new things, new skills are coming up in the market, so how we can make ourselves equipped so that we can handle those emerging challenges in the business. For example, we just talked about business analytics and digital marketing. So everybody knows that digital marketing and business analytics, it's the buzzword. So how we are going to incorporate those new skills in our businesses and how we are overcoming those challenges. So students, they can choose different specialization depending upon their interest area. For example, if someone is interested in marketing, he or she can pick up those marketing specialization subjects. So this particular kind of specialization opportunities are given to the students, plus a lot of practical exposure, as I mentioned earlier. For example, industrial visits are there, guest lectures are there. Then there are live projects where students, they can, be in the organization and learn those skills, for example, for about a month or maybe 2 months, depending upon the opportunity. Plus there is a lot of interaction with the faculty, and a lot of assignments and projects will be given to the students. Then there are summer training internship with the students, where they can they can be in the organization while their break and learn those skills and how they can improve their entrepreneurial skills. So we see Innovation Fund, and we have Tinkering Lab in our campus. So the Tinkering Lab is facilitates basically the idea, the incubation, that student, if they want to come up with any new business idea, so this kind of support, even financial support, is being given to the students. And of course their communication skill, their holistic development is there. Plus there are many courses which are related to liberal studies. So this particular course is just not only focused on the managerial aspect, rather it is a complete development of an individual. So these are the course highlights that our BBA program offers to the students. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Preeti to talk about BCom honors.
Thank you so much, Poonam. Thank you. Yes. So now, after having a full discussion on BBA and then BBA General and Analytics and the Digital Marketing, all the facilities, amenities are same. But apart from that, why there are different courses? So I am going to talk about BCom Honors Program. So as we all know that commerce is the evergreen discipline, attracting the large number of the students everywhere, so that they are going to have a focused career in the field of business and industry, where they can put themselves with, they can associate it with so many government departments also, so that they'll have a different opportunities in employment. So here the BCom Honors course, it is a graduate program for the meritorious students, and this Bachelor of Commerce is a graduate degree, and this is designed in such a manner so that every student is going to get the exposure in the field of different specialization with accounts, economics, in the field of accountancy, then business administration, finance, and then the industry policy. So when we are talking about the BCom Honors Program, the main objective is to give the global opportunity for everyone, so that they can get that exposure of, having a different view of every subject. If we'll talk about, the taxation part, if we'll talk about accountancy part, we are going to cover financial accounting, we are going to have a separate subject on cost accounting, management accounting, where a child can easily, upskills his or her knowledge in the field of banking sector, where we have many career options in banking also. So the main objective is to have the professional competencies. For soft skills, we have communication labs in our colleges, and we are, upgrading them by giving the exposure of different foreign languages also. We have the option of choosing Spanish, German, French, so that they can develop their professional as well as foreign language competencies. Then to develop a competency to think, innovate, and having a linkage with the industries. So that means when we are talking about the BCom program, we have time to time many guest lectures given by different chartered accountants, then the company secretaries, then the many cost and management accounting. So whichever I'm talking about all the career options for BCom students. And then to make them student, time and market relevant, that they are feeling that they are competent enough, so they can face the market in an easy manner. And if we are talking about the other objectives of the BCom program, we will talk about that we are going to give you the depth knowledge in the theory part as well as in the practical part, so that you can increase your leadership skills, and we are going to make you industry ready, that after completion of your 3-year graduation program, you can easily face the market. And we have works on so many learning database management, we have research based programs, we have live projects for all of you. And most importantly, when we are going to design the curriculum for the students, we are providing the curriculum which is having interdisciplinary approach, with having various subjects which are of picking a few subjects from social sciences, picking few subjects from humanities, and we are giving the practical component, research based assignments to our students. And definitely we are going to have the exposure of industrial visit, that is already covered by the Poonam ma'am also. So I'm not going to repeat all the things again, but definitely our programs are designed in such a manner that personal grooming, personality development sessions, we are going to grow a child in a overall manner, so that a child is having a full career opportunities and they can join any firm which is good for them. And before I'm going to conclude with my session, I would like to talk about few career options, because only with BCom Honors program we can go for the professional courses, not with the other courses, but the professional courses are only a BCom honor guy can go for, and that may be chartered accountancy, that may be cost and management accountancy. Then the another sector is your CFA, that is chartered financial accountant. Then your CFP, certified financial planner. Then you can apply in any of the bank. You can go for corporate banking, you can go for investment banking, and you can go for banking the relationship manager. So I would like to conclude in such a manner that you have many options after BCom honors program. In our university, we are focusing on the career. That is a very important option. And so the thing is that when you are going to decide that which college is good to face the COVID issue, nobody knows why this situation happens and everything is. But our university is so prepared nowadays. We have you have saw the video also. So I think the university, we are going to take all the necessary efforts, which is important for everyone's life and everything, and we are going to focus on everything so that nobody is going to get any of the issue. And from March onwards, we have started with our online classes, so there is no issue in that. And once the situation is going to be okay and normal, so definitely we would like to call our students in campus also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti. And sorry, I was unable to connect technology issue at times. But I would like to shed some more lights. I just have seen students asking questions about whether going forward for marketing or going for HR, or which one is better, BBA, LLB or BBA. So first of all, let us understand one thing, that why we would like to pursue a particular program. Means if your interest lies in the area of business, you are having those entrepreneurial skills, or you think that you can be a very good marketeer, or your career aspirations are like you would like to join in corporate after the time, and for that you want to set a ground for. So for that, BB is the most popular choice. For students who are looking forward for basically looking into commercial interest of companies, with dealings, their linkages. So for them, BBA LLB might work, but that's a 5-year course, and then you are bound to have this 5-year program to complete with BBA LLB. But when we talk about BBA, it gives you an option that after completion of BBA, you can pursue your career into MBA, or even you can start your own enterprise. When you start your BBA program, you start with subjects like in the first year, even you will be going forward with subjects like entrepreneurship. And we at NorthCap University are having VC Innovation Fund also, that means up to 1 crore rupees. If you are having a good business plan, you think you can make it, you can go through the facilities like tinkering lab, thought lab, and you can basically get yourself associated with students from engineering, students from law. You can come up with a very good prototype, and definitely you can get seed funding. And the most important aspect being a university is this cross domain connection will help you in team building, effective utilization of resources. There are n number of things that you can learn from here. Like we are having School of Law, School of Management, now commerce graduate. Some of you are asking why we should go for BCom honors, or why not a plain BCom will work, because you all know, in order to survive in today's competitive market, you need some specialization, some area which is not generic. So when you talk about specialization, BCom honors will talk about specializing either into business administration as a field. Like you can go through accounting, finance as the core, and then specialize along with that in an area of management or business administration, we call it. Or you can specialize in EFM, that is economics and financial management. Or you can specialize into accounting and business statistics, giving you an edge over the normal BCom student. If you talk about BBA, now BBA, a student who is BBA goes through different variety of courses during this 3-year of program. Like he goes to first year, he goes through the liberal approach, which makes him aware about the surrounding. Because ultimately, any program, whether you are an engineer, whether you are a commerce graduate, whether you are a science graduate, unless until you understand the human behavior, you can't cater well to your customer. And any business, even if you talk about government organizations, they can't survive if they are not able to take. So understanding human behavior, understanding your psychology, so consumer behavior is used everywhere. Whether you talk about in terms of psychology, whether you talk about in terms of business, whether you talk about medical sciences, unless until what holds in customers' mind is quite important to understand. So in first year of your BBA program or BCom program, you will be going through variety of subjects from your understanding your psychology of a customer or for a person, society, understanding about the business, entrepreneurship, understanding about the constitution even. What are your rights? What are your duties? Business laws, which can help or make or break a business. So all these things will be taught to you in very first year, giving you a holistic view of the business environment you will be operating in. Whether you would like to go for BCom, whether you would like to go for BBA or any stream you are going to take, understanding human, understanding people is the key to any success you want to achieve. You have heard about Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett is known for understanding good people. He deals with people. He understands the business. He says, in business, rear view mirror is clearer than the front windscreen. So why it is said? Because you can see the past performance of the company, who is owning that company, what is his vision, what he thinks, what is his behavior, how they are behaving. So these kind of things can make you grow in a manner that is expected out of a good business professional. And we at NorthCap University are proud to have a program which covers this rigorous curriculum in very first year. Because unless until you know how to behave in a manner, how to work as a part of a good team, how to understand each other. Now, any field you are going to specialize in WBA, whether it is marketing, HR, finance, anywhere you are going to work in a team. So when talking about marketing, you will understand the market well. You will understand your customer well. When you talk about finance, so while designing the financial products for your customer, you will be able to understand, okay, this sector of this kind of customers requirement will be kind of this thing. When talk about HR, company's requirement, you have to balance between the employee and the company's what you can say stake. So you should not basically suppress the employee in order that company gains a lot. So it should be mutual benefit that should be. So every aspect of that behavior will be taken care. And once you move forward to the coming second, third year, then you will be working on specializing in that. Now we are having a proud member of, like, we have got a partnership with Salesforce. Now Salesforce is a company from US, number one in customer relationship management. So we are we are having its basically under Skill India program. We are having its partnership for basically teaching our business students about how to become an effective business analyst. So they are having a certification program which students can go through and get certified through a global platform. There are different n number of things that are possible. The only thing is your interest in carving your future, crafting your career. So most importantly, everything is available. Resources, you are having best IT resources available over here, whether you talk about learning management system or LMS, online test management system. We are the first university who conducted these in this region. We are among the selected universities who started online classes just after this lockdown, just prior to the lockdown was announced. Lockdown was announced post 21st. We started our online classes on 16th March onwards. And every student is able to access his or her account in a very secure manner. Without invitation, nobody can access internet. And then we are having this beautiful association with Metal, wherein students were able to give online exam, sitting at their home and answering the questions, with help of diagrams, with help of whatever, with the help of means all kind of facilities that are there. So now think of this thing, and open book or whatever you call, but the best system, you will be getting satisfied if you perform as per your preparation, and not nobody would like to just take some without efforts. Any prize that is gained without efforts isn't considered to be a prize. So looking forward for your questions. Anything. MBA, as you all see, MBA, we are having specializations like marketing, finance, HR, and recently we have introduced business analytics in MBA also. And looking forward, yes, some of you were also asking about placements. So, yeah. Okay. So may I request Ms. Hina to just share his or her, basically her experience in corporate.
Hi everyone, the dear faculty, keynote speaker, and the students. First of all, I should say that I'm really impressed by looking at the variety of courses offered by NorthCap University. When I did my graduation, there were simple courses like BCom or plain, but now quite focused in the vast variety of courses that I could see proposed by the university. So this is quite, as per what are the standards of the market or the demands of the market that we should say. Today I'll be talking about the competencies that as a corporate we look for in our prospective employees. There is a lot of upgradation happen in terms of expectations from the competencies in last couple of years, which I'm sure the curriculum of NorthCap University will be ensuring that the students are ready with while they are preparing themselves for the corporate world. So when I'm talking about competencies, So when I'm talking about competencies, what do I mean by the competencies? So competencies is a task or job means that you have some ways of thinking or behaving that matter for performance on that particular task. For example, if I'm looking for a marketing person, what are the competencies which are required for a marketing person? So there are a general set of competencies which is required in any set of candidate. Maybe the person is going for an HR interview or a marketing interview or a finance interview. There are a few competencies, and in last few years there is some changes which has been taken care by the corporate in terms of competencies that I'm talking about. Can we go to this next slide, please? Right. So when I'm talking about competencies, it is a very confusing kind of thing when we, enter ourselves from 12th standard to the graduation, and from graduation to the corporate world. The strategy, the reasoning part, the communication skills are looking out for the solution part that we talk about. So there are a lot many which is the requirement of a corporate nowadays. When I'm saying competencies, now there is a lot of changes which has been done in the competencies that we are looking out for in a candidate. The first is the strategic thinking, the creative problem solving, the analytical thinking, the communication skills that we are looking out for, the leadership skills, and the ability to work collaboratively. Yeah, so these are the 6 skills that I'll be talking about. We call it as a competencies. So the first is the strategic thinking. In its simplest form, when I'm talking about the strategic thinking, it is an ability to plan for the future. So it's a capacity to prepare strategies and conjure your ideas that will both cope with the changing environments and consider the various challenges that lie ahead. So nowadays, when you will see any kind of job specification for any particular job, you will see that there is a requirement of strategic thinking which is mentioned over there. So what do you mean by strategic thinking? This is what you mean by it. The next I'll be covering is for a creative problem solving. If we can go to the next slides, please. Yeah, the next one. Yeah. So when I'm talking about the creative problem solving, I'm talking about the critical thinking. I'm talking that when a problem comes to you, You are first of all going for the reasoning, you are analyzing the problem, you are evaluating it, you are problem solving, and then you are making a decision out of it. So this is what we are looking out for. When we are saying problem solving, we are talking about creative problem solving. So creative thinking is the ability to think differently, to see a problem or issue from a new perspective. This often allows you find a new solution with the same resources that you had earlier. The need for creative thinking arises because our brains naturally tend to fall into certain shortcuts. Once we have a piece of information, we tend to use it again and again in the same manner. When we start thinking about the same thing differently, it is called creative problem solving. So when we are saying creative problem solving, this is the requirement of the corporates nowadays. Next one is the leadership skills. So leadership skills, what are the skills that a leader should have? A leader should have the power, a leader should have the support, he should have a team who works as a teamwork. The person should have the motivational skills, competencies, the skills, the responsibility, and the clear communication with the team. Leaders help themselves and others to do the right things. They set direction, build an inspiring vision, and create something new. So when we talk about management, management is about persuading people to do things they do not want to do. While leadership is about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could do. So this is what the skills of nowadays companies are looking out for, whatever level they are looking out in any candidate. Okay, next is communication skills. So when we say good communication, it means that whatever information you want to share with the person is getting the same thing the way you are want to communicate with the person. So when we say good communication, according to the 7 C's communication, it has to be clear, it has to be concise, it has to be concrete, it has to be correct, coherent, complete, and courteous. So good communication is about understanding the instructions, acquiring new skills, making requests, asking questions, and relaying information with ease. And good communication skills are perhaps the most basic skills that you can possess as an employee, yet they remain one of the most sought after by the employers. When I'm talking about the next competency, it is about the analytical thinking, which is definitely one of the very important skill what an employer is looking out for. Okay. When I'm saying analytical skills refer to the ability to collect and analyze the information, problem solve, and make decisions. So what exactly do we mean when we say analytical skills? What are we looking out for? We are looking out for a person who is skilled into researching, who forecasts, who problem solves, who do the data mining before going for a decision, who understands the data and the metrics, who understands the reporting, who understands the organization the person is working in, who diagnosed, who troubleshoot the problem, and who understands it and do it with the creativity. So there, I hope I'm not confusing you, but this is what, when we say analytical thinking, we are looking out for analytical thinking. The last is something, the ability to work collaboratively. It is very, very important. When you are studying in the college also, you, as a class, you have to work very collaboratively. Then only you will be able to pursue or you will be able to do any kind of project. So when we say in a corporate that what exactly is the ability that we are looking out for working as a collaboration, the ability with others on a common task, taking actions which respect the needs and contribution of others, contributing to and accept the consensus of others. There is a win-win situation for both the parties. So this is what we are looking in a capacity to work collaboration. So this is what I wanted to share with you all today. When we are talking about competency, there is a difference in the case when I did my MBA and I went to the corporate, and now when we are looking out for whatever skills and competencies in any candidate, there is a huge difference. So this is what we are doing for. All the best to everybody, and I hope that to take care of all these competencies. It is a lot more which is coming, and to everyone. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks a lot, Hina ma'am, and beautiful insights. May I please request Mr. Puneet to join us, and we have with you. Mr. Puneet is also happens to be an alumni of proud alumni of NCU, and he has done BBA and MBA from NorthCap University. Puneet, if you can join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Puneet, we can hear you.
Okay, superb. Awesome. I don't know, somehow I'm not able to switch on my camera, but I think without wasting any time, I'll go forward because you guys can hear me. So, first of all, thank you so much, NorthCap University, all the panel members and the faculties. Welcome, students. I think you must have seen, the kind of presentation all the faculties showed, which talks about the different courses this university is providing. I am an alumni of this college. I've done my BBA, I've done my MBA both from this college. And right now I'm working for a multinational company. I work for Mercer Consulting in marketing division and pretty sorted. And one of the reasons I'm here is, of course, I want to give the credit to my university. The kind of faculties they have, the kind of courses they have. One thing I would like to tell you is that I'm sure, right now you're in this framework, you're in this mindset that should I do BBA, should I do MBA? I mean, of course, MBA after your BBA or whatever your graduation, or should I go for a BBA, LLB, should I go for a BCom? See, every course, it's not that, one is better than the other. It is what you want to do. And how do you really decide? I think one thing is very good that you all are here. That means, there is some urge of knowing that, what should we do? You are curious for your future. So I think that is very important. So it's great you're attending this webinar. You should go deep dive into each subject in terms of what the university is offering. I'm sure all these faculties are there. They're very nice. They'll never say no if you want to reach out to them and ask, okay, what is this course offering? What is the difference? So I think that homework from your side is very important. Just going and talking to the teacher and asking, hey, should I do a BBA LLB or should I do a BBA? I mean, of course, if you do a BBA LLB, that means you're interested towards being a lawyer tomorrow. And if you're wanting to do a BBA, so they will be able to give you a clarity, a logical reasoning that what BBA LLB offers and what a BBA offers. But they are not the right person to decide for you that which course you should do. That is totally up to you, and for that you need to know yourself. And one of the ways to know yourself is, of course, like you're attending this webinar. So I think you should have this curious mind. You should attend a lot of webinars. You should talk to the faculties, connect with them. Today is a time of social media, and after COVID we are seeing everything is going online. So talk to the university, call on the number helpline, understand the course more, and then take that decision, because ultimately these I'll say decisions are now very important. You've done the schooling, which is like a general thing. You've done your 12th. You had no option but to go through the certain process of the classes. But now choosing a career is very important. And somehow I also feel that NorthCap University has one advantage in this university is that it has a multidisciplinary university in terms of not only we talk about management, we have BBA, we have BCom and all the courses which they said, but of course, we have a full based engineering sort of subjects. We also offer LLB. So somewhere down the line, when you enter the college, it gives you a good discipline of each areas. And if you're sort of interested, you can always take advantage of that. You can have friends from different streams and sort of go ahead. So that is a very good advantage this university has. So again, if I talk about more about my experiences, I think one thing I want to share here is that don't just think if you after your 12th you go into a program which is a BBA, BCom or whatever you want to choose, your life is sorted. No, I'm sorry to say, now your life actually begins. So it's not just the degree which is going to give you a job today. I mean, more important is what you do more than your degree. I mean, when you sit for an interview, just imagine if you're just passing out a BBA or a BCom, there are 60 other students in the same university, or 100 or 200. Likewise, in all universities, your competition is a global competition today. So when you're sitting for a job, The thing which will make you stand out is all the other things you've done in this 3, 4, 5 years. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when you enter university, whether it's a BBA, whether it's a BBA, BCom, LLB, whatever course you take, just don't think I'm just here to do this. Apart from that, you have to nourish your personality overall, which is you have to take part in different activities, you have to be part of different clubs, and this university does offer, like Mr. Akshat and other faculties mentioned about, that we have an incubation center. They're providing funding also for startups. So I think what better, I'll say, leverage or a platform you can get. So take advantage of that. Go with that mindset. Just don't right now get restricted to, okay, should I do BBA? I mean, everything is good. I mean, I've not seen a pilot not having a good life compared to a lawyer, compared to an actor, compared to a marketer. I mean, everybody are doing in their own great profession. It's just you have to decide what you want to do. And certainly, I don't blame you, because right now you're also in that state. You don't know better. So take advantage. Also, I think LinkedIn is a great platform. I'm sure you guys are too young right now to be on LinkedIn, but now you're entering into the corporate phase. So you should definitely connect with your seniors of school. What are they doing? In which colleges they went? What kind of companies they're working, and you should also take guidance from them in terms of deciding which course you have to take. So that is very important. Today is an era of networking. Today here also, what are you doing? You're networking with so many people, with teachers, with me, with Hina ma'am from the corporate. So I think that is what you need to see. And I think that's from my side. In case you have any particular questions for me, please shoot. Even faculties, if they want me to speak on certain things, I can do that. So yeah, please, thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Puneet. And I would just like to share with you that Mr. Puneet is a versatile personality with interest in theatre. Also, can you just share your experience, how you got into this theatre? Hello, am I audible, Puneet? Can
Yes, you're audible. Can you hear me now?
your experience with how you entered into love with theatre?
Of being an actor and with a film line, but somehow coming from a normal family, nobody being in that business, I had no idea how to go about it. So I thought, okay, let me secure my career first. Let me go and get my degrees done. So I did my BBA, I did my MBA, I got a job in the corporate, and with that I started pursuing my theater career. I did some certifications. I've done a certification, acting certification from Barry John Institute. I've been part of almost 10, 12 theater productions. I've done 2 TV commercial advertisements also. So it started from college itself, to be very honest. There were a lot of avenues, but I will tell the honest truth that I was not part of a lot of stage plays in the college, though they used to happen. But somehow, I don't know, I was just a little shy, from going on the stage that time. But then I realized when I joined my corporate career that, okay, that is my passion, and I should at least great attention about my 3 hour theatres every year, which is Momentum. We do a lot of activities and you get a lot of exposure over there. In fact, I remember when I was part of this university, that time the management had just started. I mean, there was more emphasis on the engineering, and law had also just begun. And from that batch, I was the first person who was awarded as the Mr. NCU. That time it was ITM, Mr. NCU for the entire university. So the whole point is, it doesn't matter, where are you, what are you doing. When you go to the college, you might see, okay, the engineering has been from years. If you have that skill in you, if you have that urge in you, if you have the fire, you can definitely go and achieve what you want to do. So just have that fire in you, and I'm sure you'll really do wonders in this university.
Thanks a lot, Puneet. Uh, it's important Puneet shared with you is that by joining any program, before setting any expectation, first you set standard for yourself that you are going to learn something new every day. And it's not success or getting hired for a company. Many of you have asked what is the package or what kind of salary structure students normally get. We are having school of management, we are having at NCU, we are having school of professional attachment. So, School of Professional Attachment takes care of your overall professional growth, whether it is about arranging for training sessions, whether it is about soft skills development, or mock tests. So they help you out. We carve that niche out of you if you are interested. We are having a beautiful structure of e-portfolio, wherein when you step in the program, first step is that you enroll yourself to School of Professional Attachment and basically make an online portfolio that we call it as an e-portfolio or electronic portfolio. In e-portfolio, you will put in all your grades that you have got, all your awards, accomplishments that you have done, and they will be highlighted in form of a CV. So when you enter in your first semester itself, you are having your CV ready. And every semester onwards, when you achieve something, suppose you participated in an event, debate competition, or you have participated in marketing competition, or in a sports event, you got some certificates. So you can update that information over there and get you yourself get a view of how my CV will look like. And along with that, it's not only the knowledge that is acquired from books. We are having guest lectures that are happening time in time out. We are a proud partner of SPICMAC. So SPICMAC in this region is periodically we are having programs at our auditorium, which is 450 seaters. So co-curricular, extracurricular, all kind of activities are available over there. Provided you are having interest, what interest you are having, that you have to look for, and you have to polish yourself. Unless until you become better day after day, you are not going to survive in this competitive world. So when we talk about packages, either it is MBA, we are having a package of like 14 lakh that was offered to previous batch. How it was that the same batch, there were some students who got 6 lakh, one has got 2, 3 of them got 14 lakh, some have got 8 lakh, and it limit package is a limit that you set on yourself. If you are having a very good resume, you are having that skill set that matches with the recruiter's requirement, package is not at all a limit. Okay, so don't set you are competing with no one else rather than yourself, because your expectations are set only. Some people might be happy at even getting at a package of 3 lakh. Some people might be having a limit of like 60, 70 lakh. There is nothing bad in expecting a package, but first of all, do we have that skill set? So we have to work really hard, and at NCU we are proud to say that we are having all that requires you to become a leader of future when you are joining this program. And School of Top ensures that you all get to the desired place or destination where you want to reach. And with this, I will conclude the session. Thanks for being a wonderful audience, and I thank you, Ms. Hina, Mr. Puneet, ma'am, for being a part of this event. And
Dr. Akshay,
yeah,
I just wanted to add one thing,
yeah,
and especially on the point which you talked about the package and the kind of so I think when we were also in our BBA and MBA days, we used to also think about that, which is okay from students' side. But I think more important, which I also realized and we did that time, is you're really, like you mentioned, the package depends on the kind of work you're doing and what more you're adding on your CV, which I just said, it's not just your degree. So, when we were there, we used to make sure that even if we didn't have the opportunities, we have to create opportunities for ourselves. I'm sure the college does that for you, but you also have to do that. I mean, you have to go and do, it's not that, you just go and do an internship only in MBA, even in a BBA or a BCom. I mean, when you have a summer break, when you have a break in the winters, you have to go out there in the industry, and then only you'll be able to get the answer that which stream you should choose after your BBA or your BCom in your post-graduation. Then you will have a question again, and then you will be attending these webinars and talking to your faculties. Hey, should I go for an MBA Finance? Should I go for an MBA HR? That is something which you have to decide for yourself once you're done with your BBA or your graduation, because you have to ultimately get into a field. How can anybody else tell you that, okay, whether you should do a finance or a marketing? So how will you get that? You will get that only when you go into the industry and you do internships, because that is the only thing which will give you the answer. Okay, I understand HR processes, I am good at it, I enjoy being in HR. Okay, I am a salesman, I'm not a salesman, I like marketing. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that be open. Don't just think about packages will come. I know it is a very important element. Ultimately you need a ROI, you're investing in your education, that is there. But more than that, think how can you make sure that you raise to the level that people are able and they want you for their company. So you have to build that. I have great examples from our university. I mean, I had a friend in Pranav, his name is Pranav, and he was in engineering college, and his batchmates must have gone at a very average level, but that guy, he cracked the Google certification. He did a video conferencing with our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. He was called to the Google headquarters, and lot of accolades. So he's from the same university. I mean, it just depends on you how you want to take your career ahead. So look for packages, of course, have that vision, have that thing, but more than that, be open, go and learn as many opportunities of internships you get. Go and do it. It's not about right or wrong. You will in the process understand what's good for you, what's bad for you. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Puneet, for your valuable inputs. And I hope that students have find this interesting and most of the parties will try to take.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Hina. Thank you, Puneet. And definitely, we will like to have good opportunities for our students from your firm also. And definitely, now we are waiting for new, education policy, and everybody is waiting for that. So definitely, it is going to be a milestone for Indian students. And definitely, we are going to transform, from school to university in such a manner that everybody is going to have a good education policy, and definitely government is going to help our each and every student in that. Thank you, Hina. Thank you, Puneet. Thank you, Dr. Poonam. And thank you, Akshat. So our university is open all 7 days. We welcome all the students whosoever wants to, visit our university. It's 9 till 5 o'clock. The university is open. Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you, esteemed panelists. With that, we shall conclude this session. I must say it was a highly engaging session, and the students will find it useful. The valuable insights that were generated by the faculty and the experience shared by Mr. Puneet and Hina, that shall definitely help the chat members and the audience. And I extend my heartiest gratitude towards the faculty of NorthCap University for participating in this webinar. And thank you all. Thank you, visitors. And with this, we shall conclude the webinar. Thank you.